In this lesson, I'm going to let you look over my shoulder and show you how I edited my face for this YouTube thumbnail. I'm first going to look for the image that I like most. I've made a couple of photos and now I'm going to decide which one is the best. I like this one, but maybe I'm a little bit creepy here, so I don't want to do that. I like this one. No, not this one. It's too serious. Yeah, I like this one. Okay. No, this one not. No. So I have a preference for this one. So now I'm going to edit that photo. I've opened that into my image processing software. Now what I'm going to do is first cut out myself, and I'm going to do that with the automatic selection tool. Okay, I'm going to invert the selection, invert pixel selection, because now I'm going to make a mask out of that. That means that everything that is not selected will disappear. And the reason why I make a mask, because now when I need to add something that I cut off too much, for example, then I can add it by painting in the mask. In this case, I think the selection went really well. Yeah, maybe my head over here. I can paint the gaps over here. No, that's too much. Now I'm going to use the patch tool to patch up my skin a little bit so it looks smoother. So things like hairs or moles or something that shouldn't be there, I can remove now. Normally I would remove the wrinkles as well, but in this case it's a part of the expression, so that's why I want to leave it. I want to brighten up my eye color a bit. I have blue eyes, so I'm going to choose a blue color that isn't too far from my own color, because otherwise it looks unnatural. I'm adding an extra layer and I'm going to draw a blue color over my eyes, and I'm making sure that I have the opacity and the flow not and the hardness not 100%. And I'm going to draw over my eye, but I leave the iris. The idea is that it is a glow over my eyes and the original shines through a little bit. The trick is to overdo it so you can see what you're doing and then dial back the settings so it looks more natural. Obviously this is too much. So what I'm going to do now is lower the opacity. I think this is about right. In my case, I want to patch up the eyebrows a little bit because I'm blonde, and when I don't do that, especially when a thumbnail is small, you don't see my eyebrows and that looks a little bit weird. So in the same way, I'm going to patch up my eyebrows a little bit, but in this case, I'm going to patch it up not with a color, but with the brightness. So I'm going to add a layer, and that's the brightness and contrast layer. I'm going to darken the photo a little bit, up the contrast a little bit. And also here, I'm looking at the darkness of the eyebrows to dial in the right settings. And now what I'm going to do is invert this layer. So everything, because this is a mask, so everything is back to normal. And now I'm going to paint with white on my eyebrows, just like I did with the eyes. This makes the brightness mask transparent at the white spots, so the lower brightness is coming through. With the opacity, flow and hardness not set to 100, and make it white. Just to have a little bit more accent in my eyebrows. And this is obviously, I'm looking like Bert from Sesame Street, so let's lower the opacity a bit. This is the original. Yeah, I think this is about right. In this case, I'm not showing my teeth, but if you want to brighten up your teeth, paint on it with white, just like I did with my eyes, and then lower the opacity. But the real magic is going to happen when I brighten up the whole image. So I'm adding a brightness layer, brighten up my entire face, because now it looks way more professional. I always save the original files. So I save the original Photoshop files, including all the layers, because then if I need to go back or change something, I can do that. And then I can reuse these photos also for other thumbnails. And I'm going to copy, flatten this image to my thumbnail. I'm going to remove the old image and I'm going to paste in the new image. Because I want to make it stick out more, I can either add a shadow, outer shadow, radius. In this case, that looks fine, but sometimes that doesn't look fine. And sometimes, let's try it out. Sometimes it helps to have a white glow behind a person's head. So I'm going to fill this with a white color. The stroke I'm going to remove. I'm going to move this behind my head. And now what I'm going to do is add an effect. And that is going to be the motion blur. Oh, Gaussian blur, sorry. And in this case, that looks quite nice. And here you are. Here is how you edit faces in thumbnails.